Pig, I think I'm gonna have to evacuate out of here. I leased this part. So get the hell out of my damn place! You stupid pig! He didn't give me any meat. What a fucking cheap ass pig. Oh. Hey! It's Lion King for you. I love that movie. I really do. I love that movie to death. I could watch that movie 16 times over and I could still cry for that movie. I swear. Like, you know, the scene where Simba thinks he lost his dad because of that jackass Scar. You know, it gets to you. You know, it's just a little tear comes out of nowhere. Like, you're not even crying, and then all of a sudden someone points it out that you're tearing up. Like, wait, what? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. You know, now with the fact about Lion King, I could tell you one thing. When I was a kid, I used to have this like I used to be in love with lions. It was like this was before Dragon Ball Z came in my life or anime came in my life. So I used to be in love with lions. So back in kindergarten, I used to bring like this lion to school, right? And this lion was like the best lion. Oh, he did drop me. What a fucking could have dropped in the grave. And I used to love this lion to death. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, but I just lost it. Like, seriously, like to this day I do not know where that line went. I have pictures of that line with me in kindergarten. I have it where I had it at my 4th and 5th birthday, but 6th birthday when it hit my 6th birthday, like that thing was gone. Like I did not know where that thing was. I kept on crying and crying about it. But you know, my dad did. He got me a PS2. He bought me one of those, and then I totally forgot about the thing. But like, that was my childhood right there, lions. And then like after when I turned 6 years old, I got into Dragon Ball Z because it was on Toonami back in the day. I fucking love Toonami. Toonami was the best goddamn program ever, just because it showed like Zatch Bell, Dragon Ball Z. What else was there? What else old shows was there back then? I don't remember. That's the only 2 shows I remember from Toonami, right? That's on top of my head. No, Yu-Gi-Oh was on there. Yu-Gi-Oh was on WB, wasn't it? WB was cool. Like, I remember I was reminiscing with one of my cousins when I went to their house a few days ago, and we went through all the old 90s, you know, TV shows that showed us all the lessons and stuff like that back on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. I'm gonna reminisce through some of these right now. I'm having a reminiscing moment right now. I remember one of my favorite shows to this day, and I can still watch it over and over and laugh. Is probably what's that show called? That's So Raven. If you don't know what that show was, That's So Raven was a TV show about who had Raven Simone. She was a psychic, actually. So she would have these random visions throughout the show, or one vision throughout the show that would predict the future for the end of the show. And I loved it because sometimes her visions will get her in trouble. Actually, all the time her visions get in trouble. And she would try her best to prevent the future. Like, I remember one time there were Eddie, one of her friends, was gonna have a bad what was it? A bad a very, very good Spanish report on a grade, actually, for his last test. And for three tests later, like 3 tests he took so far, he always got a bad grade for it. And the solution for them was to cheat and, you know, try to help him out and, you know, make him better instead of just giving him he didn't get a very good, he got a very bad one. So like that final test that he took would actually determine like his grade in the class, and he wanted to take Spanish anymore. Her and her friend Chelsea were both very fluent in not very fluent, but you know, well, yeah, they were fluent, really good at Spanish. So they wanted to help him out. They did study groups and stuff like that. She was like, I don't want you to fail, you're my friend, blah blah blah. And so he devised a plan of helping her out during the test by putting cheat sheets and stuff like that into like on his arm. And she said that she didn't want to do that. She wanted him to get it on his own. And then he kind of like guilt tripped her. Was like, yeah, I thought you were my friend, man. You know, you're supposed to do this, this, and this. I thought we were friends. I thought you had my back. And she was like, I do have your back, but you know, it's cheating. And she was so sad. She actually. So they're on the 3rd floor. That's where they take their test. They're on the 3rd floor, and you know those little like the window washers where they bring it down from like the skyscrapers. Where they have to go all the way up on this little like platform. And if you play GTA, you have Nico and I forgot his name, Playboy I think, and you snipe people on the crane in GTA. Like it's just like this little lifter that you can window wash, and you see it on Empire State Buildings and stuff like that. And they actually took costumes. Chelsea and her took costumes and actually jacked that thing and wanted to help him out through the test by, you know, like they open up the window and they act like they were cleaning everything, and she was trying to, you know, help him out with the test and she tried to like do her best by giving him the answer that he saw in the vision. And so when he did that, they were like, answer 1 D, answer 2 B, blah 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 blah. And while they were doing that, they didn't give any answers out. I can tell you that they didn't give any answers out because they were really bad. They were trying to control the damn thing. It was swinging like it was crazy. Like all of a sudden, instead of it going straight, it goes straight down. You see them both crack, like just like it's just swing. The whole thing is just going back and forth across the window, and you just see her like, "You do good on the test. Just try your best. We believe in you." And it was straight up hilarious because they're just talking while they're just swinging on freaking on the 3rd story. I might not have told that well, but you know, I freaking love that. Another show that was a really good show but some people hate was Even Stevens. Even Stevens had, I think that was Charlotte Above, I believe. He was the star of Even Stevens. His name was Steven, and he was like a pain in the ass brother, and it was just straight up comedy. And there's my favorite character my most memorable character in Even Stevens is there was this kid that their next door neighbor was. His name was Bean, and he loved bacon. Like I'm telling you, this kid loved bacon. He just absolutely adored it. And like he would bring, every time he goes sleep over at the house, he would bring a bag just full of bacon, like just bacon. And he was like, and then his big sister was like, "Why? Wait, don't you have any clothes or anything?" Like, "No, I don't need clothes. I just got bacon." And then he'd see him open the fridge and just stuff all the bacon inside there. And his name was just Bean. It was weird, but it was fun. And then there's on Nickelodeon, I remember all the shows, like you'll probably see right now, I think Figure It Out is one of those shows. Back in the day it was actually pretty cool because the kids actually had some good talent. Any kid that was on Figure It Out on the 2000 version and everything, you were good. You were good, but I'm talking about kids back in the day that were like, god damn, they were champions. Like seriously, they were champions. And there weren't no stupid champions where basically like, you know, kiss a frog until it blew up or something like that. I don't know. I'm just making stuff out of my ass. I'm just making stuff up. But they were actually had some good talent. They actually had championships and stuff like that. Like someone had the highest kick, and it was just funny. And then I remember Slime Time off of Nickelodeon. That was straight up hilarious. I freaking loved that. Just seeing a bunch of people slime. And then I remember I believe All That. Now that was a show. All That was just basically just skits. You know, if you watched Disney Channel before in the past few years or past few months, like I think about last year, no, probably the next year, 2011 I believe, there was a show called Sunny with the Chance which has Demi Lovato in it in Disney Channel, and she was basically, you know, this is my chance to be famous, blah 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 blah, and she was doing skits and stuff like that. And then after Demi Lovato got like her medical problems, I forgot, like she was diabetic or something like that, I don't remember. And when she left, they made it into like a show kind of like All That, and I hated that show. I hated that show because it was trying to steal from All That. And one thing about it is there is Kenan Thompson. He was he did All That and Kenan and Kel, and he used to have a segment in Kenan and All That where basically he'll speak French and be in the bathtub and do some stupid stuff, and he'll be like, start speaking French, and he could like, it's like your grandmother was drowning in a pudding cup, and it was just straight up hilarious how he said it. And he was a Frenchman in a bathtub with bubbles and everything. It was just hilarious. I freaking love that segment. And then I'll see the other black guy on freaking Sunny with the Chance. Why damn my phone? And he'll do the same thing, but he'll do it in Spanish. I'm like, motherfucker, This guy's stealing the act. Like, you think these 90 kids are dead and gone? We're still alive and well. You are a 90 kid. How the hell you gonna steal that shit? I'm just saying. I want him to create his original damn piece. They had some originality. I remember there was a they had a cooking segment and all that. That was straight up hilarious where they loved chocolate. Just straight up chocolate. They'll have chocolate nachos. They'll have chocolate chips. They'll have chocolate tacos. They have everything. And then, but the thing about it was just like they have nachos with cheese and then they just put chocolate on top of it, so it's kind of disgusting at the same time. But it was still hilarious. I still love that show to death. Kenan and Kel was probably my favorite show because it had Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell, I believe his name was. I think that was his name, Mitchell. And they both were awesome. I love. They still are awesome. And I think you've seen Kel on, I believe, some baby show with with Bridget Miller. I forgot her name is. Oh yeah, I said her name. It was, I forgot the show's name. It had Bridget Miller in it, and it was something about her daughter. Something. I don't remember. It was just like a big old family. Had Jason Dolly in it too. Sorry, I'm just a kid. So if you wanted to hear like bullshit and cussing and all that kind of stuff, sorry. I'm a kid inside. I'm about to turn 18 and I still watch Disney channels from today. Actually, more Nickelodeon actually. Yeah, I'm still hyped up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember back in the day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles used to be the shiznit. Especially all those movies they used to have and the games. Like that was, I miss the 90s. I really do. Like, and if the thing I like about the 90s too, there wasn't any of this bullshit like bullying and everything. It wasn't. It was still there, but it wasn't. It wasn't as bad as people killing themselves and people popping pills and people getting pregnant. Actually, yeah, well, 90s is actually 90s is people getting pregnant. I can't say anything about that, but the 90s was just a really good age. I did love 90s because it didn't have technology, so every kid went outside. They actually played around. They watched TV. They watched their shows, and they went playing around. Like there was not a day in 1999 where I stayed in the house. Like we always stay outside, whether it be the backyard, whether it be the park, whether it be at school. Like I loved it. And the thing about it is, people now, my friends, they're all like, I was picked on as a kid, I did this, like I was bullied, stuff like that. And I was like, I never got bullied as a kid because I was a kid that was really hyper and stupid and fun to be with. And like for some reason some girls actually liked me back in 3rd grade, and I did not notice it because I was there to have fun and learn. Like that was the two main things I did, and I still did it throughout high school. Well, yeah, I still did it throughout high school. I didn't care for relationships or anything like that. I just went there to have fun with my friends, go to school, get an education, go to college, stuff like that. And I didn't take anything seriously. Like my 90s self still repeated today. And my cousins that I didn't meet for like a long time still say I still have the same personality. I'm just a little less quiet, or a little less, not quiet, disciplined, because God knows that I was a freaking man, I was off the wall when I was a kid. And the only way you can calm me down was with a wooden spoon. And with Ethiopian people, you do. Some people, I can't say some people. Most Ethiopian people I met, they beat their kids. I'm gonna say right now. It could be a pat on the butt. It could be a belt. It could be, what else? A wooden spoon or mamasaya. If you want to know some Ethiopian, don't get hit with the mamasaya. Mamasaya is a wooden spoon, and I'm telling you, that thing hurts like a bitch. I hate it. That thing hurts. It stings on your ass. You just get prints. And like my mom, she used to, when she beat us, it was, well, she didn't really beat me. She beat my sister most because my sister was the one who's always talked back. And God, it's just every time, like from even today, like my mom sometimes she'll like hit my sister because she'll be way out of line. Like I mean like way out of line. And I would seriously like go and cry. I don't know why. Even from today, I still do it. Like no matter what, I don't care. I don't like violence. I really don't. Violent video games, I'll play that shit any day because I know it's not true. Like You know, so no one goes out and there's no mass murdering of like millions of people. Because I remember the last time I was playing Modern Warfare 2, there was about 50 billion people killed total in the video game. I'm like, and that was multiplayer. Like, that's how many people killed in that game. I'm like, you know, I know this is never gonna happen. So blah 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 blah. And I don't like how those kids who ruin it for us, those kids who just like.